What's up, world? Irv Da Phenom is born and raised right here in Kansas City. This artist popped on a lot of people's radar when he dropped the Kansas City Anthem, Red and Yellow, Red and Yellow. Or maybe you heard Red and Yellow Part 2, which made it into the recently released Deadpool and Wolverine movie in 2024. Now that is big time. But Irv is not just a rapper. He's a true artist who writes music and sings. We sit with this man to discuss his music journey, his love for country music, the Kansas City music scene, and so much more. Thank you, Irv, for representing the town the way you do. This is Enterrupt KC. Enjoy this episode.
Welcome back to Enterrupt KC. You know what it is, the podcast dedicated to people, places, and things right here in Kansas City. I'm your man, D-Rod. I got JL right here.
Yes, sir.
Man, what's up, man?
You know what time it is, man.
Man, hey, I just wanted to...
It's the season, bro.
It is the season, man. I just wanted to, again, man, for those that don't know, man, we said Happy New Year. We did a little exclusive last week, man, and dumped that. And I just want to shout out, man, Happy New Year. This is our first one of 25, man.
That's right.
We got a great guest, man, and you know, just a little breakdown. You know, weather was kind of shitty, right? Weather was kind of shitty.
It was hella shitty.
Took a little break, man. The whole city was on, right? The whole city was on hold for a second, man, including us. But here we go, man. Full back, man. Yeah,
no doubt, man. No doubt. Let's jump right in, man. It's time to interrupt our guest, man.
Hey, man.
And by interrupt, y'all know we mean introduce our guest. None other than the Phenom himself, yo. Irv, what's up, bro? How you doing,
What
man?
up, Irv?
How y'all living, man?
Man, we living good, man.
Bless, man.
I like them golds, man. They sitting right. They sitting right.
I like the Mahomes chain.
Hey, it does match the golds, bro. It does match the golds.
Yeah.
Man, Irv, bro, we appreciate you, man, just joining us here on Enterrupt KC, man. Number one, man. Thanks for your time. Bro, what we're about is grabbing that story real quick, man, telling everybody, you know, about you, man. Like, where are you from, man? Tell us where you're from. Tell us about where you grew up, things like that, man, here in Kansas City.
Well, I'm from Wyandotte County. You know, grew up working at the tire shop on 29th State Avenue. That's my family business. And, you know, growing up in church and, you know, just my community. And I got my start in music, you know. I mean, in church.
So you a Dot original?
Yeah, for sure.
You a Dot original. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you grew up like with family? You got mom, pops, everything like that, bro?
Yeah.
Brothers, sisters?
I'm the oldest of 5 kids.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, my parents been together 37 years, you know. So, pretty big family and real heavy on church and entrepreneurship.
Yeah. What about the high school, bro? You a Dot kid. I'm a Dot kid. Where you go to high school?
Wyandotte. I went to Sumner, then I went to Wyandotte.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So you a Bulldog or you a Saber?
I'm both. I'm a Bulldog.
Bulldog, Saber. Yeah. That's what's up. I'm a Harmon Hog, bro. So you know, I hate both equally. No, I'm just joking. I love both equally, man. It's all good.
Yeah. Somebody alarm going off.
I hear that.
Yeah, it was 5 of us. I'm the oldest of 5. Both my parents, they've been together 37 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So big family.
Big family, man. And so
what's mom and pop's name, man? Let's shout them out, man.
Oh, you know, Mitchell and Linda.
Mitchell and Linda.
Yeah,
I see you smelling the drink here, man. Let's do a little quick salute, man.
Sure.
Salute, man. Appreciate you joining us, man.
Man.
Real quick, man. Salute to you.
Hey, salute to the 64111.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the studio.
Yeah, shout out, man. We here, what is it, 17th and Summit?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You down with that?
Yeah.
Is it right?
It's almost got it's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Got a little bit of that,
bit of
doesn't it?
cinnamon almost, too. We sound
bit.
crazy. It's tequila?
Yeah, man. It's tequila, man.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. That's the good shit, man.
Yeah, it was so dark. I was like, hold on.
Yeah. That comes from them age barrels, man. Yeah, it's a process.
If you are a whiskey or if you're a whiskey person,
Man, I am.
I would say this is like the closest to.
Well, see what they do, man. A lot of them companies, man, they buy barrels from other whiskey places, right? And they put the tequila in there to age them in that in that oak.
Yeah,
you know,
that's cold blooded.
Yeah, man, that's how they do it.
You whiskey guy or tequila guy? What?
It depends. If it's cold outside, it's whiskey.
Yeah.
If I'm turned up and it's cold outside, it's tequila. In the summer, it's tequila, mezcal.
Yeah, I feel that.
Shit, I got some, man.
They call me mezcal poppy in the summer.
I got it all, man.
The mezcal poppy?
Yeah.
Hey,
You don't know how I earned the name, but yeah.
I feel that. Bro, so Wyandotte Sumner, right? Wyandotte Sumner. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Bro, you're an artist, man. You're a music artist. Everybody knows you as a music artist, bro. You represent Kansas City to the fullest.
Oh, man,
Love and
100.
appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah.
Talk about that journey, man. Did it start off young? I mean, when did that start for you?
As a kid, I always liked R.L. Stein books. You know, like Goosebumps. And then they had these other books where you could choose your own adventure. They'd be like, if you want to open the door, go to page 6. If you want to run out the front door, go to page 10, you know. So I like stories and I wanted to write stories.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I thought I was going to be an author when I was a little kid. I just wanted to write books. Yeah. But then as I started singing more in church, and then I heard like Tupac, you know what I'm saying? I heard these people telling these stories. I was like, I can tell my story in music.
Right. Yeah.
So it kind of just evolved into, you know, doing that. And I think my first like show out of town, I did it like 15, 16 at the Kentucky Derby with Ludacris.
You're 15, 16 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Man, you know what's crazier, man?
With Luda.
I tell people I grew up going to church a lot, and I actually played the drums in my church.
Okay,
so people be like, "Man, how do you sit in front of a camera, or how do you get up and talk in front of people?" And I always tell, I credit growing up in church,
absolutely,
in front of people.
Man, you couldn't say no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
couldn't say
right.
no. Like if you a little boy in church, because you know, like a lot of traditional churches, the men lead the worship. Yeah. So there is no saying no. You've watched your dad do it, your grandpa, or all the men around you are doing it. Right. And you know, that's why I feel like church is still super duper important, you know, on a spiritual level, but also like that character building. You know what I mean? Like being nervous while you got to do the communion reading and like handshaking while you got the trays, you know what I'm saying? When it builds character and it helps you be able to speak in public.
I mean, just community building too, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's the community, right? Mm-hmm. I love that, man.
I want to take it back, man. The 15, 16-year-old, man. Irv, man, when you were performing like that, what got you there? How'd you get there? Just from...
So, I got my start rapping with the homies at school, freestyling, beating on the desk, on the lockers. You know how it go.
Yeah.
But one day we figured out that if we had like this old stereo, had a tape deck, it had 2 tape decks, and it had a CD player on the top.
Right.
But we found some kind of way where we could like rig it to where you could hit record and record your voice into the speaker. It wasn't even a microphone. You could record into the speaker. I don't know how.
Right.
And once we found that out, we was like, we'll go buy a single from Kmart. They just had the instrumental
on the
and we
flip
run
side.
that, and then on the other one we record, and we was freestyling over these things. This is around the time like Swisher House was real big. So we was like, we about to freestyle like Swisher House, right?
Yeah.
So we rap on these tapes, then we take it to school in the morning. Everybody met up in the gym at Summer. That's where we would copy each other's homework and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Kids don't copy each other's homework. Do your own homework.
I hear that.
But it's funny because when you get out of school, like, it kind of works like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to be able to hire the smart people. You ain't got to be the smartest person.
Yeah.
But nah. So we would play our tapes in the gym, and after a while they was like, yo, I want a tape. You know what I'm saying? So then we started taking it serious. And what was the first studio? Oh man, R.I.P. Maestro. It was an OG named Maestro who had a studio right down the street from Sumner back in the day.
Okay.
And he let us go in there one day. I remember our first studio session. Went in there, recorded a song, put it on a CD. Who else? DJ Shownuff. He went to Washington High School. We used to go over his house and record. DJ Platinum went to Slagle.
Okay.
So, you know, you just start finding our friends who had studios at the time where they had Cool Edit Pro or Windows Recorder, whatever we could use, you know what I'm saying? And then we started making CDs, taking them to school, selling the CDs. And one of the big homies that went to church with me, actually, he had been like having bread forever, you know what I'm saying? Like, not forever, but like really early on.
Right.
Because he was into technology.
Okay.
You know, so he was having money since he was probably like 17, 18.
This is in the late 90s, I'm assuming, early 2000s?
This is early 2000s.
Okay, early 2000s.
Yeah, so he saw me, was like, I'm gonna put you in the studio, man. What you need? Da 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 da. And I'm like, well, hell, all right, cool, you know. And he put me in Chapman Recordings. And if you're from Kansas City, R.I.P. Chuck Chapman, great dude. He taught me so much game, was very patient, like explaining to me how this thing worked. Right. And I learned a lot from him.
Right.
But he put me in Chapman Recordings.
No, he said R.I.P.
Oh. Yeah, he passed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Chapman Recording was the biggest studio in Kansas City at the time. Like, we didn't have anything that was like industry standard like that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's me, and of course I brought all the homies with me because, you know, I was like, shit, we all on, you know? Yeah. And we was all in the studio working on stuff, and part of it was him trying to like get me in front of more crowds. So he was flying me to like, all right, go do this show here, do this show there. And one of them was just the Kentucky Derby. Yeah.
Damn.
So I started
the actual Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I started seeing. I was too young to like really do any of the parties.
But you grew up in the dot, bro.
To go there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't never been to Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was tight. It was tight. And,
that's what's up.
You know, at the time, Ludacris was huge. Like, so it was dope to meet Ludacris, and kind of that was my taste of like, this is really a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, this music thing it can be a real thing. So
So let's fast forward a little bit, man. So you figured that out. How old were you at that time? You said 15, 16?
It's probably like 16.
16? Okay, so let's fast forward, man, to you started dropping albums, right? You started actually dropping music, dropping mix CDs, right? Mm-hmm. And that got us to, I mean, I'll just tell you, bro, the way I heard about you was about 14, 15 years ago. Oh, yeah. Red and yellow. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody knows that,
so
man.
What does that journey look like to that point, bro?
So from high school, I came out with like another mixtape or two, and I'm selling them out my trunk. And I got my learner's permit now. So, you know, you can drive technically, but you're supposed to have supervision, whatever. I'm like, nah, I got my license. I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
We out.
So I'm driving to St. Louis for the Gateway Classic. I'm driving to Dallas. I'm driving Houston, wherever that's like, you know, in a certain radius. I'm just going, selling CDs out the trunk. So I started building up like fans from just really being outside like that, you know? Or in Kansas City, I'm in front of every gas station. Right. I'm at the mall. I got kicked out of every mall in Kansas City.
Right.
For selling music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For real.
We was pushing our line. They kicked us out of all the malls. You know?
I'm sure they thought other shit, right? I mean,
I think we was doing the definition of soliciting, but you know, you can't tell us what to do. So we was in there till he left. Mm-hmm. But so a lot of that, and then one of the mixtapes later on down the line was Dream Big, Hustle Hard Volume 1. It was the first installment of my mixtape series. Okay. And around this time, it's like 2010, and in this era, you got the blogs, hip hop blogs, like Two Dope Boys, Not Right, allhiphop.com, XXL.com. Like that's where you got all your music on these websites. Right. And I remember Wiz Khalifa dropped Black and Yellow, and I did a freestyle about Kansas City over it. Yeah. So he dropped, I heard the record, and like the next day I was like, I got a freestyle on that. That's crazy, right? I get on hipstrumentals.com, download the instrumental. Right. And I just freestyle on it. Boom, done. I had Cash Image, BEE put verses on it. Yeah, shout out. Boom, it's done, right? And I put out so fast, bro. Yeah. I put out so fast, like, that people was hitting me like, yo, this fool Wiz stole your beat, fam. And I always say that, I just kept, you know, I kept pushing it. Like, damn, Wiz stole your beat. You know? And it just took off, bro. And this is before there's a YouTube algorithm, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people follow you, if you got 10,000 people on your channel, 10,000 people see your video. Mm-hmm. So, like, I dropped a music video for it, and it just, like, I remember it had, like, I want to say, like 50,000 views like overnight. It was real quick. Damn. And I'm like, I had never seen nothing do that.
Right. And that's in 11.
Man, and it kept going. Yeah, man. Then I got homies at Skateboarders, and they took the video and did a skateboarding video. Shout out to Sean Malto. Shout out to my boy Steve's. Yeah. Escapist Skateboarders.
Yeah, Kansas City skaters, man.
Yeah. So they did this video skateboarding to it. Yeah. That blew it up even more. Right. And then eventually it just turned into like, you know, I start hearing on the radio. I was just like, damn, it just turned into a thing. Right. And at the time, the Chiefs weren't even good.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
That is
if you've been a Chiefs fan for a long time,
bro.
you know, like
Man,
it's been
come on,
rough.
man.
D-Rod, I ain't even gonna front, bro. Like, I swear to God, I said that to somebody in the last 2 weeks. I was like, hey, yo, man, we're gonna talk to Irv, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he put this song out when nobody was a Chiefs fan.
Yeah,
We gotta be a real Kansas City.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because who was the QB in 14? Or was this 11?
Was that Trent?
Nah, Trent went around. Was it Trent?
I feel like
it was between.
I remember like McCluster was playing. Who else was playing? Like I feel like Tom.
Was that the Pelosi? What is his name? The Patriot years they tried to do.
We're gonna have
here?
to pull that
anyway,
up, man.
It don't matter, bro. Matt
Castle?
Matt Castle.
We're winners now. That's all that matters.
Oh, straight up.
Bro,
I wanted to touch a little bit on that red and yellow, man. The lyrics on there, man. I mean, it's all dope. It's iconic, man. Because I'll tell you what, it's still on my playlist,
bro.
And we still bump that shit. But I think the one bar that you put on there that I liked, down a little bit when you say ain't no cows around here. But chickens are making money around here. Come on, man.
Bro.
If
you gotta know what's
it was
up
a
with that
record.
line.
It was a record for like Kansas City for real.
Yeah, man. Those that know, right?
And that's why I think that record did what it did because I'm talking to us.
Yeah.
But I'm also talking to the bigger us at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah, man.
So it's like wherever you from, there's something on that in that verse. And that's what's funny. I didn't make the record like I'm about to talk about football. If you
Right.
listen to the verses, I'm not talking about football.
Nah.
I'm talking about growing up in Kansas City.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the only part of football that's in there to me is when you say, if you cut me, I would probably bleed red and yellow.
Yeah,
and because
yeah.
everybody associates that with the
Exactly.
Chiefs, right?
Right.
I mean, that's dope, bro. That is hella dope.
That is hella- you
So,
know-
go ahead. Sorry,
No,
D-Rod.
I was just gonna do the.
You know what that is,
deal,
D-Rod.
right,
You
man?
know what that is, Irv?
Hey, that's a salute to you, man. That's
He
what we
said,
got
what
here,
is
man.
salute, man.
That's a salute
Appreciate
to you, man. Right, the red and yellow, brother.
Yo, that's dope, man. So, I mean, here we are, 2024. We getting ready to three-peat. Everybody knows that's real. What has that song done for you in the last 2-3 years? So I saw you post something, man, about how many downloads in 2024 this song had for you. Talk about that, man.
Well, it went on to it's currently in Marvel's like one of their most record-breaking movies. It's in Wolverine and
Deadpool.
Right. And that was just God's timing, dog. Like,
Man, how'd that happen, bro?
They just called me one day.
They just hit you up?
Send me an email. I thought it was spam. I was like,
Nah.
I had to like call my people and like, yo, what's up with this company? It's called Woo Woo Woo. And they're like, nah, that's a music distribution company that does stuff for film. And I was like, nah, they playing. I thought it was a scam or something.
Yeah.
And but it's something I've been working on too. Is like, and I want everybody listening to understand. It's like you deserve good shit to happen to you in your life, man, for sure. You know what I mean? So like I was like, all right, maybe it's for real. And I looked and then got in touch with them because they hit me twice. First time I didn't see it. Second time they were like, yo, we really need it. And they weren't telling me what the name of the movie was.
Yeah. Now
because they was trying to keep it under
that
wraps.
movie came out, or what, in 2024?
Yeah, it just
last
came
year?
out.
So what
this past
year
summer.
was this? They was hitting you up.
2024.
Oh, actual 2024.
They don't. So the way that film sync licenses work, they don't like clear the music and stuff until that's the last step.
Oh, gotcha.
So they already
Then
had the
they put
whole
it all
movie
together
done,
right
everything
then,
right.
right.
That's why they
Gotcha.
weren't trying to tell me the name of the film because they're like, we don't want to spoil nothing.
Yeah,
they're like,
gotcha.
it's just a Marvel film, a Disney film.
Well, can we drop that name of that movie now for those that don't know?
Yeah,
right?
it's
What is-
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine, man.
Yeah. So that placement is crazy. It was playing, the song Red and Yellow was playing during the drone show. They did a drone show at Comic-Con.
Okay.
And it broke a Guinness Book of World Records. So Kansas City's banging loud in the sky while this is happening. You know what I mean? So it's been amazing, man. And then Part 2 is out now. Shout out to all the radio stations in Kansas City who are playing that.
They're dumping it.
Yeah, Red and Yellow Part 2 is out now, and it's been one of them things that kind of like, if I'm being honest, early in my career, I was like, damn, bro, I don't want to be just known as the football song dude, because I do so much other music. Like I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I talk about all these different stories and stuff. Yeah. But I learned to embrace it because it's the way that, like you said, it was your gateway to me. You've heard my other music because of that record,
right?
But yeah, bro, it's something funny because I know I've been in like Denver, which is funny because it's Denver, Colorado, of all places.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a show, and the dude in the crowd is like, "Perform Red and Yellow."
Yeah.
I'm like, in Denver? Like, and I heard a few other people like, yeah, play Red and Yellow. I'm like, all right, whatever.
There's Chiefs fans everywhere now.
Chiefs fans are everywhere, for sure.
You know
Around
it,
the
bro.
world, man.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask this, man, because I'm wondering, like, you know, this is in the mixtape era. You know, you made the song, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people were rapping over other people's beats, other
Hell,
people's
they
songs.
thought-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they thought Wiz took
Yeah,
it.
you ever hear anything like, "Hey, yo, man, you took," you know?
Nah,
anybody
Wiz
ever
a
say
player.
anything?
Wiz a player, man. I met Wiz before I made Red and Yellow. I met Wiz in Lawrence at what was it called? The Outhouse or the something.
Yeah.
But I met him there. He had a show.
Okay.
This is during Deal or No Deal. I think before he signed to Atlantic.
Okay.
Him and his manager Will were there. They didn't have anybody to run their merchandise booth. So, you know, I say what's up. I knew about him through the blogs. You know, we was all on the blogs at the same time. And I say, my guy will run the merch booth for you. Cool. So he was cool after that, whatever. And then fast forward, I wound up doing the record, and we did a festival together at Dance Festopia. He knew me because he had seen the record blowing up.
Right.
And when I moved to LA, we wound up in the studio together when he was doing the Or Nah remix for is it Ty Dolla $ign or The
Yeah,
Weeknd?
yeah,
The
yeah.
Weeknd was on it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in the studio for that. But nah, Wiz cool, and the way that Disney work, man, they're like, Disney is so powerful, it's kind of scary.
I bet.
Because I remember I was talking
Yeah,
to him, I'm
man.
like, yeah, so y'all understand this is a mixtape record. They kind of like laughed at me like, we're Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already handled. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But when you listen to the record in the actual movie, though, it's not it's not that beat. We reproduced it.
Right.
It's got strings and all kind of orchestration going, so it's actually a different body of work in the movie.
They send you to like some. Would you do it out of this studio or?
No, shout out to Craig Smith, my brother.
Okay.
Craig Smith.
Okay.
Sat down with me, and we scored this bigger, more full version of it that was more cinematic, and that's the version you hear in the film.
Oh, got you.
Right.
Or not in the film, but in the it was a trailer for Best Friends Day. They used it for the trailer, and when they told me like, yeah, we're going to use your record, I thought it was going to be like, you know, just a little piece of it.
Right.
I saw the trailer, dude, and it's like the entire trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy.
Have you performed at Arrowhead yet?
I have not performed at Arrowhead yet. I want to perform at Arrowhead, so anybody seeing this, it's time.
You know,
Oh,
it
they know-
is
there's some
time,
people
man.
seeing it,
I
man.
mean, you know,
I mean, I feel like over 10 years of the
Let's
tailgating
go.
and the people
Representing,
making it.
man.
Yeah, you know, there was no anthem, no Kansas City Chiefs football anthem like that before Red and Yellow came out.
Right.
And shout out to everybody that's been dropping them because they
Boy,
drop every year. Now we got tons of them.
yeah,
You know
now.
what I mean? But Red and Yellow was the first one.
But I got to tell you, man, I mean this when I say this because I love hip hop. I love KC music. The bounce in that is just different. Your the way you deliver.
Appreciate it, bro.
And then the swag in the video, like, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
So let's move on, man. So, I mean, Big Lover album.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you've been walking across the United States
Yeah.
for your woman, bro. I mean, what day
like
are you
y'all.
on?
I like y'all. It was a long walk from
Man.
Vegas to here, but
Man.
for y'all, I
appreciate that. Appreciate you, man. Man, so, I mean, to your point earlier, Irv, man, you an artist. You do different music. You talked
Yeah.
about growing up singing in church. You know what I'm saying? I mean, talk about that, man. Your style. What do you want people to know about your other music?
Style wise, I feel like I've always had a lot of inspiration from from both hip hop and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love Marvin Gaye,
Right.
I love Outkast, and it's just like, as far as subject matter, can you do it for me? So for the people watching, we're in a studio. It's like
Yeah, we're in the
music being
studio.
created.
There's
And
music
the way
going
my
on
mind
all
works,
over.
the way my mind works, I can't hear music and not lock into the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was never able to do homework while music played because I can't do this homework. I'm in the music. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
That's the artist in you, brother.
Yeah, bro, it's hard. It's
So your style, bro.
My style, yeah.
Big Lover album.
Marvin Gaye, Outkast, CeeLo Green, System of a Down,
Okay.
Bob Marley. I mean, Curtis Mayfield. There's so many different influences when it comes to, you know, what I like to listen to that it depends on the story I'm telling.
Right.
What kind of tone I want to use.
Right.
And on Big Lover, the tone is very heavy influence of like Marvin Gaye and how he gave us the feeling of these baby makers, and it's a smooth and he tells stories. If you ever heard Marvin Gaye has an album called Hear My Dear. It's called Hear My Dear. And he talks about his divorce. And he used that money that he made off that album to like pay for the alimony and all the lawyers. It's like a crazy story behind it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always loved that. And then I also loved how Marvin would do like What's Going On. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a conscious record.
Right.
So you know, a lot of influence of that and just storytelling. I feel like my music is made to be a soundtrack for, you know, either the high moments in your life, or for you getting to it and pursuing something that you got a dream you want to make reality, or if you're trying to heal. Right. You know what I mean? I want to let you know you're not alone, because certain stuff, people are so cool. Everybody want to be so cool, especially on social media. Everybody too cool, and it's like, nah, man, we all live in this real life, and nobody wants to talk about what's real.
For sure. Is the transition of your audience or your fans or your followers from being, you know, rapping and doing everything else like that, and then, I mean, you're an artist by far. We know that, right? Everybody who knows you knows that. But are they more, you know, acceptable of that transition? Because, hey, man, you're Big Lover. I listen to it. It's dope, right? I like it. But is it hard for people to try and just, you know, change that out?
I love my hip hop heads. Salute to all my hip hop heads. You know what I'm saying? But since I dropped Big Lover, like my fan base is just starting to smell a little bit better.
It's different.
It's
a different vibe, right?
I like it
a little better. Hey, man, I like it too, man.
I genuinely feel like though my listeners have been known that I sing and rap from the beginning.
Right.
So it's not really a big shock to them.
Right.
Like before Drake blew up and became this big thing.
Yeah, man.
I was sitting down with people who are like, yo, so are you a rapper or are you a singer? Because we don't know how to market somebody that does both. So I've been doing this, you know. Like T-Pain was the first one who really blew up as the rapper and singer, but they still primarily made him a singer.
Right.
So, you know, I think my fans from day one, they know what I've been on. You know what I mean? I think that the new listeners, I get DMs, they'll be like, yo, I saw your clip of you singing, but bro, I didn't know you could rap like that, you know? So it's kind of like, it works good both ways.
Both ways. You get the best of both worlds with that, man. You know, right? Yeah. And on Big Lover, man, I just wanted to say too, man, these skits, man. The skits you put together, man. I mean, the one I liked out of them all, I think you got 5 of them, right? Money Making Mitch.
Hey,
his
Money
skit.
Making Mitch. Hey, so I gotta tell you about that. I gotta tell you about that skit, man. That skit is that of all the skits.
Yeah,
that's the most dear to my heart.
Yeah,
because on that particular skit, I'm paying homage to Brother Al.
Okay.
And for those that don't know, Brother Al is a sound man, or was a sound man from Detroit.
Okay.
And he used to talk like this, man. You know, everything was all good, man.
Everything's good, man.
Detroit. So Brother Al, for those that don't know, I did a lot of time touring with Tech Nine and collabing with him on a lot of records. And the first like major nationwide tour I did, Brother Al was the one who showed me the ropes. Okay. On the bus. You know, I went out as a merchandise salesman. Right. And he said, hey, so here's the bus, man. You got to put ice on the bus, so they always got cold drinks. Yeah. You know, these are your bunks, and this. He laid it all out, like a god, you know, like a fairy godfather for tour. You know? Yeah. And he was this cool dude, man. Long hair, just one of the coolest people you ever meet, and he passed.
Okay. Recently, or
yeah, it was recently. Okay. But I was going through some serious stuff in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And Brother Al reached out to me and just called me. He was like, hey, man, come out to Thailand. He's like, come hang out with me in Thailand, man. You can come to my restaurant. Brother, when I tell you he's a character, he was a unique dude. He had a restaurant in Thailand. He's known all over where he's a roadie, you know what I'm saying? And a sound man. Yeah. And just a cool person. So like everybody knew him. And when you tour, as much as I've toured, you build family.
Yeah.
And the people that you tour with, you're on tour for a month. And you guys are on the same bus, so they're like your roommates. And you're out of town, so y'all are all each other has, so they become family.
Right.
So Brother Al called me. He was like, hey, man, come out to Thailand, man, and just have a good time and get your mind off of everything. And that meant so much to me, dude. And I was like, I wanted to go, and I never got to go.
Yeah.
You know, he had passed before then. So that skit with Moneymaker Mitch is the way I pay my respect to Brother Al.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
So
like
that's
it,
what's up,
man. I like it. I like it.
we gotta take a shot for
Hey,
Brother Al.
Brother Al, man.
Hello,
There's one for Brother Al, man.
Bumblebee too.
Rest in paradise, brother. Also, what I wanted to ask you too, man. You know, you talked about stories, right? You talked about stories, and do you feel like your songs that you make, you know, they, like you said, the meanings, right? Those ones is it more successful talking about reality than something fiction?
Good question.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I mean, I think that, you know, as a fan also, you can tell when someone's singing because it means something more to them about that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Speak on that a little bit, man. Like, is there a certain song, brother, that you feel like, man, like
that really hits for you?
Well, I'm a songwriter, so naturally I've written stuff that's just a vibe that feels good. I've written stuff where people want to, like, I do jingles, you know, so I'll write a song for a commercial and selling a product, but like the thing that always resonates is something that captures a feeling. So as long as you truly capture the feeling, it could be something that's fictional, it could be something that's real, but the way that you always capture a feeling is from a real experience.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So even if it's not the story you tell isn't to a T the truth that happened to you, as long as you've been through something in that energy field, you can do it. But for me personally, everything I write about is real, or became real.
Yeah.
And that's where it got scary too. Is when you realize, like, you attract certain energy. They call it spelling. Spell.
Like in the industry or what?
When you write a word, you spell it.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think there's weight to that. There's when you hear, like, the power of life and death is in the tongue.
Right. You bringing it to existence.
Yeah.
Right.
And not only do you put it on the record, and then you go on tour and perform it every night. And now you got 200, 1,000 people saying the same words back, chanting it back, giving that energy, It's like, bro, you got to be careful what you put in these records.
Get that,
you know what I mean?
man. I get that now.
I feel that 100%, man, for real. Man.
To answer the question, though, reality is the root of music, because music is rooted in emotion. So I think that's definitely the best songs.
And I think, man, you know, for real, like, that's one of the things that the industry has a little bit of suffered from, music, especially hip hop. You know, a lot of people talk about who's real, who's fake, you know, this and that,
nowadays, right?
And to me, like, social media has really exploited a lot of that, right, for people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a whole different conversation, but I'm sure you've seen that just being around. You know what I'm saying?
It's people that, I'll put it like this: being in the industry is people that whose music I did not like or listen to before, but I met them and then liked their music. After I met them, I was like, okay, I know your music is real as hell now. Yeah. Because I know that you're exactly who I get it. You just talking about what you know. Then it's people who music is sonically dope, but you meet them in person and you like, you are not, this is not who you are on these records.
Man.
I'm sure that's a little bit more than not.
Yeah, most times. But that, it just depends on what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? But,
right.
But it's like, I listen to a lot of stoner music. Like, when I met Afro Man, I'm like, bro, you're exactly the dude on the records. You know what I'm saying? Like, hella cool. You know what I mean? Like, so it's Wiz again. Yeah. Same dude from the records.
Dude, yeah.
So it's just authenticity. Because like you said, we could tell. We could tell if you telling the truth or you trying to give off a persona or something. Right. We understand.
Yeah. On that note, man. All right. Is there any type of music like you want to kind of dabble into? Like, I've
done a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
Right now I'm working on some records that are more Southern soul. But they got a Midwest energy to it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So that's something that I'm going to continue to go in that lane. And
kind of venture out a little bit and dabble.
Yeah, I love live instrumentation.
Boy,
So anything that's got a real guitar,
Right.
real organ, real keys, real drums, I'm into it.
Yeah.
So the more that I grow artistically into like live band material, the more it opens up the gates, because it ain't nothing but a change in time signature and the way that you play. They take it from a country song to a reggae song. You know what I mean?
Man, shout out to our guy Will Harris, man. You know, he owns a cigar lounge called Classic Blends up over here in North KC. There's two of them. You should check them out, man.
Classic Blends is fire with the coffee, right?
Yeah.
That's the first time I tried coffee and a cigar. It was bomb.
Bro, Will's our dude, man. And he has that live music feel, you know, that vibe, you know. And man, we went in there, right, D-Rod?
Man, look, we stayed in there.
And we kicked it. It's like, man, this is it right here. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Talk about, man, like, so do you produce your own music, or you bring in people to help you with that, or how does that look?
Normally, I'll work with a producer, and I'll be like, all right, here's the lead line that I hear. I'm hearing this, and that, and they'll help me build it. Sometimes producers will be like, I hear you on this. But it just varies. Most of the time, I'm working with producers. I produced a few joints of my own, and they're dope. But I know there's people whose whole job it is to give you the feeling on the instrumental. Right. So it's like I focus on giving you the feeling on the words and the vocal inflection. Right. But I've dabbled in a little bit. But
do you play instruments?
I mess around.
You mess around?
I say I mess around because if I get in a room with like a real guitar player, I'm like, I don't play guitar.
I mess around with the harmonica, man. I mess around with the harmonica. I always love harmonica.
That's hard,
man.
bro. It's such a distinct sound. You know?
And there's so many different ones.
And you can just keep it with you wherever, you know. I like
that.
Man.
So man, you know, one of the things I've shared with D-Rod here, man, on the podcast and just other people around town, man, is, you know, we go out to these spots, man. You know, they're not clubs, more like lounges, right? And you know, they might have a DJ or whatever, and they're thumping music, whatever, hip hop mostly. And one of my experiences recently is like, you know, DJs who play these anthems from other cities, which is great. You know, especially like just recently, you know, you got the Kendrick anthem for California, right, with Drake, and you got a lot of anthems out there, right, popular ones. And I told D-Rod, I'm like, man, like, we need somebody to create an anthem for Kansas City, man. Like a fresh, new Kansas City anthem, man.
I like your energy.
Hey, is that you, man? You go.
Oh yeah.
What you think?
I'm sure you've been working on it.
I'm cooking, man.
You cooking? I love it. I love it, man. I love it because, man, you know, right now, especially, right, it's like we talked about with the football. Kansas City's it's prime time, man. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about Kansas City, you know. And shout out to all the celebrities that make Taylor, you know, all them, right?
Shout out Tay Tay.
Hey, shout out Tay Tay, man.
I love
you know, make that happen, man. Make that happen.
Get Tay Tay on the Kansas City.
Let's go.
On the Kansas City.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm with it.
Get her on the album, man. All right, man. Some fun questions, man. You know, right here. Well, before we do that, man, what's next for you? You dropped that album. You know, you dropped that album. What's next for you?
2025.
A lot of music?
A lot of music and collaborative joints. Like, I haven't been really big on doing collabs with a lot of people. For no particular reason. I just looked back one day and was like, man, I got so many homies that I made over the years that are really good at rapping and singing and producing. It's like, we haven't made enough music, you know?
Right.
So I've been on the phone with a lot of them. I just made a post on social media about rappers over 30. You know? And I was saying, like, you know, if you're rapping over 30, like, keep rapping, keep doing it, keep making music, because this is a craft that you achieve mastery at. It's not something that you get to a certain age and just stop. Like, no, and if your whole thing is like life experience, I want to hear your life experiences as you get older. So I said that, and like a bunch of the homies reached out to me like, bro, I need to hear that. Right. So, I'm excited to make some music with some of these people, man. Like, it's gonna be dope.
I mean, you know, to your point, man. Like, I mean, look at Tech. You know, Tech's a classic example. Matter of fact, I was driving with the wifey the other day, driving from dinner, and I was listening to the song "The Rain," I think. And you know, I've been listening to Tech since the 90s. You know, And you know, he was that killer gangsta Lokes, you know, all that.
57th Street,
and then all of a sudden,
man,
2000, I don't even know what year that was. 5, 6, 7. He dropped that song that music Ever Ready, the album, and his daughters, who were real young at the time, rap on the song. On the Ring. And my wife is like looking at me. I'm like, that's his daughter. Like, they're full grown now, you know. But now, you know, Tech, as a, you know, father, you know, and shout out Tech, man. I know you knew dad now.
And that's evolution.
Evolution.
That's what hip hop is supposed to do. Like, whenever we heard Jay-Z dropped 444.
Right.
He's talking about investing. He's talking about, you know, all these things that were taboo before, but it's real life. It's things we're learning about, you know, as we get older.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you really giving game, you know, a lot of rappers will give you game of like how to whip up some dope and a bunch of numbers about dope and all, you know, like a whole bunch of gun stuff. But it's like nobody's teaching about financial literacy. Nobody's teaching about how to keep a family together, how to raise a child.
Boy.
Right.
Going to get a checkup. Go to the doctor, bro. Like,
Man.
nobody's talking about that.
Take care
So
of your
it's
health.
like, you know, I think that
Right.
there's room for anything if you package it fly enough.
Yeah. I'll be honest, man. Like, I think D-Rod, for me, man, that's kind of what turned me off of hip-hop for a while. That's why I still listen to that early 2000s, you know, 2010 music, because for me, it's like, damn, for a while, I felt like I had to smoke weed and get all crazy just to listen to the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
If
how
you gotta take your brain, your consciousness down a few notches to enjoy it, it's not good. It's supposed to actually make your consciousness go up. It's supposed to make you feel better or feel like. That's why Nipsey Hussle is one of my favorites, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nipsey Hussle was coming like, hey, this is years before before the Bitcoin run, before Dogecoin run. He was showing us crypto. He went over somewhere in like Copenhagen or wherever,
Right.
and he was showing us a whole city that ran solely on cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And bro, this was like 2000, I feel like it might have been 17 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro, that's what hip hop's supposed to do. It's supposed to really put you on game. They say put you on game, but like real game.
You know, I always kind of correlate hip hop. Do you like country music?
I love country.
I do too. I always kind of.
Who's your favorite country music singer?
Oh man, I'm an old school guy, man.
Okay.
I like the old ones, man. The new ones. What I was about to say is, I kind of
George Jones. No,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of take it as country music too. New country music, some of it kind of sucks. New hip hop, some of it kind of sucks, right? Old hip hop, old country. Sometimes they're dope. They're good, man. There's good music. Some of the new ones are okay. Some of the new hip hop are okay, man. So I always say that too, man.
Yeah.
Like country music, kind of like hip hop music, with the new ones, and we kind of balance out like that.
Morgan
man, to
Wallen's
me.
dope. I like Morgan.
He dropped a record called Smile. Have you heard that? Oh man, it's crazy. Really good.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Stapleton. Who else are you listening to?
Whoa, Chris Stapleton.
You said Morgan Wallen, right?
Morgan Wallen, yeah.
man.
Chris Stapleton. It's
Hey, you
another
up
dude.
on Larry Fleet?
I ain't hip.
Bro.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
Hey, he listen, man. If you like Chris Stapleton, you like Larry Fleet.
Okay, we'll check
I'm
him
for
out.
real.
Yeah.
I tell everybody about that dude because he's one of those artists, man, that I think people don't give him his due because he looks and sounds a lot like Chris Stapleton. I think people don't give him that due. But Larry Fleet is dope.
What?
I want to see. I'm going on my list right now. I'm trying to find this dude's name.
Let's go.
What's that one guy's
Coulter
name?
Wall. Have you heard him?
Who was he?
I think his name is Coulter Wall.
Oh, yeah.
Colton Wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
sounds
like 21 years old, right?
Yeah, bro. He sounds like he's making that music in a log cabin in like
He got
Tennessee in the woods somewhere.
He
man.
got
It's
that. He got
so
that
good.
deep, dark voice.
That's
He
like,
sings with
it's
passion,
like
bro.
Johnny Cash kind of
yeah,
feel to him.
yeah. Colton
Yeah,
Wall,
he's
yeah.
dope. One more dude. Cody Johnson.
Yeah, Cody Johnson
My
is
dude.
fire too.
Have you
Yeah.
heard? He's got this song called Leather.
Yeah.
Bro, I cried when I heard Leather.
Nah.
It was too,
Leather?
It was too
Hey.
real. Leather.
Yeah.
It's
Hey.
basically just a song talking about how like a cowboy's made of leather. Like you can take leather and destroy it and ball it up, but it never breaks.
Right.
And I'm like, dog, that was deep. It was
Hey.
too good.
Hey, I promise you, man. You check out Larry Fleet. He got two of his top songs. Oh man, it sounds like it belongs in church, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, and I ain't
Fleet?
even front. Larry Fleet.
Let me check him out.
FLEET. He does a song, man, and he when he came to KC last, it was over here at the
Was it?
Truman.
Oh,
The
right,
Truman.
right. I
And
knew it was that
went
song.
over there. Hey, bro, I swear to God, bro, that song can make me cry because it sounds and feels like God just talking to you, honestly.
And that's that element, that human emotion is honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's where all music is really going. Like, we've spent so long, like, getting pop stuff thrown at us. People are going to always like superficial stuff.
Sure.
But I just feel like right now, as a society, it's a lot going on.
Man.
Economically, politics, and everything.
Yeah.
People just want something that's honest.
Honest.
Yeah.
We want just something honest. It doesn't got to be pretty. It could be ugly, but as long as it's honest, people will respect it.
You know what, D-Rod? You know what that makes me think of him saying that?
What?
Enterrupt KC, the podcast.
That's right,
I ain't
man.
even gonna front, Irv. That's what we're about, man. And that's honestly what, with the compliments we've been given, people are like, bro, y'all are just, you have no agenda whatsoever. You guys want to talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out for that, man.
Highlight that, man.
Yeah. Real quick, man, transition to some fun questions, man. All right. Talk about the hip-hop scene, music scene in Kansas City right now.
We're the best.
We're the best. Tell us about it. People who don't know that's just watching this.
Okay.
Who should they be looking out for? Talk about that.
And on that same question, is there somebody who you're mentoring that you want to give a shout out and show some love on?
There's no specific artist that I would say I'm mentoring, but a lot of the artists just tell me, "Hey, man, you know, I remember you did this, or I'm inspired watching how you move, da da da." And it's been like that for years. So, and there's artists here that do the same for me. You know what I mean? It's a sense of community,
right?
At least with me on my end, I don't care who it is. If they putting up numbers for the town, I'm rooting for them. As long as they not, pushing anything poison, or they doing, and as long as they doing things the right way.
Right,
you know what I mean? If it's a good person, you making good music, I rock with you.
Right.
So, but as far as our scene here, man, like, I feel like we've been slept on for so long and overlooked. Like we were called a flyover market.
Ball.
A flyover market, for those listening, it's a market where like they'll play New York, they'll play LA, they'll play Chicago, they're gonna skip over Kansas City, they'll go to Dallas because they're like they don't consider us a bigger market. But since the Chiefs have started winning, now everybody's kind of everybody's feeling the vibe. But musically, we've been dope, and part of why we're so dope is because we had this chip on our shoulder. We still have a chip on our shoulder. Like, we'll show y'all. Y'all think we not dope? I'm gonna show you.
Still talking bad about us.
Yeah, and now we the villains.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now we our villain there. All right, bet.
Right.
It genuinely is that thing of like, while everybody else, LA was partying, Atlanta was partying, Miami having their time, the East Coast having their time, Memphis even having a wave. Kansas City been steady watching this and being like, we're gonna get our turn. Watch when we get our turn.
We just simmering, man.
We just wait till we get our turn. And all the artists are like that. Yeah. So the music you gonna hear come out of here is so dope and unique and like just different, bro, because these artists have had 10, 15, 20 years to perfect this craft for the moment that the spotlight finally gets on us. And the spotlight is finally on us.
Yeah.
So if you listen to Kansas City music ever in life, right now is the best time to do it because we got great singers, instrumentalists, rappers, poets, country singers, folk music, jazz. I mean, and we're the birthplace of jazz,
bro.
Right.
We have a very rich musical history, and we are we're great storytellers.
Yeah.
What would you say, man? Like top 5 artists right now in Kansas City?
Top 5 Kansas City of like ever. I'm gonna say my forever top 5 is gonna be Phenom.
Let's go.
I'll give you five after that.
Let's go.
No, I say top 5. I always put Ron in the top 5 because when Hey Honey dropped, that was the first time I ever seen a record dominate everything. Like, I mean, you couldn't. It was every car riding down the street blasting Hey Honey, every club you in playing Hey Honey, the radio playing Hey Honey. Is just like, and I watched that go from I watched it happen from point A all the way until it exploded.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? This is around
right.
the Street Monsters mixtape era in the Landmark. Shout out to the Popper Landmark mixtapes and all that. So I put Ron up there. I put Fat Tone up there.
Hey, rest in peace.
RP Fat Tone. Fat Tone was our 50 Cent. He was the Kansas City version of 50 Cent. And I feel like, we talk about the authenticity and the living what you rap. Sometimes that's to our artist's detriment. You got Tech 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big numbers, independently, style, skills, and personally, like, of all the artists I've ever worked in the studio with, when I was in the studio working with Tech 9, Chris Calico, Cut Calhoun,
right,
I felt so at home. That's the most at home I've ever felt with the rappers, because there's a level of how serious rap is being taken. It's like we not playing. It's not even a competitive thing. It's we are honoring the craft of rap.
Right.
Whenever we be in the studio rapping.
Right.
So it's like, dog. Then you got Janelle Monáe, Wyandotte County.
Hey, shout out Janelle Monáe.
And a lot of times people don't she's so big and unique and almost like an alien.
Yeah.
An alien amongst humans in general.
Right.
You know, there's not many people who have the skill set to be able to act, dance, sing, rap, write. I mean, she's everything.
Right.
Yeah, she is.
And she's from Wyandotte County.
Let's go.
Wyandotte?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I had to do a fifth one, Rich Da Factor.
Yeah.
Rich Da Factor for sure, because the reason why my name is Irv Da Phenom is because of Rich Da Factor.
Nuh-uh.
Is that right?
On everything.
He gave you that name?
Hey.
No, it's just growing up in Kansas City, they used to call me Lil Irv.
Okay.
But when I started, I was like, I don't be Lil Irv no more.
Yeah.
And then all the homies was like, they was adding stuff onto their name.
Yeah.
And I was like, trying to think. I'm like, Rich is the factor. What would I be? I was like, well, I'm gonna be the phenom. You know what I'm saying? Because I rap, I sing, I do all this.
Right.
So I was like,
I get it.
And Rich the Factor, a prime example of like Kansas City gritter energy. You know what I mean? Like Kansas City is a place where whatever your hustle is, you're gonna really like get to it. It's like it's not a lot of
He's known
energy.
too, man. He's known.
Bro.
He's known a lot.
Yeah, you can't be from Kansas City and not know Rich.
Well, I mean, even outside of it, like I heard that Mexican OT talk about him. Right, I heard Paul Wall talk about him.
He's been doing this for
man,
a long time. And
I remember him in Westport.
Yeah,
I remember when he had the Chameleon Impala.
You know, and that's the other thing about Rich that's so tight. When people talk about him, they identify him by the car they see.
Yeah,
that's
I remember.
Shit,
I remember.
that's hella fun.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that's dope.
He gonna hop out with some like Air Maxes in a t-shirt.
Yeah,
on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it.
Yeah, man.
So, man, one of the things, D-Rod, I read about Irv, man, is that you a comic guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's kind of coincidental that you end up with Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, talk about that real briefly, man. You just grew up this way. I mean, who was your favorite comic and all that?
I grew up living across the street from a 7-Eleven. And back in the day, 7-Elevens used to have a magazine rack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could buy like XXL, Source,
right.
King Magazine,
Everything.
They used to have Playboy. They had
Penthouse in the plastic.
Yep, they had a little plastic cover it up. Yeah.
Somebody rip it open. Yeah.
Yeah. But they would have comic books over there. And anytime I get some money from cutting grass or doing whatever, I'm running over to 7-Eleven. I'm buying a Slurpee, some Cheetos, and a comic book. And
Okay.
I was always reading the Avengers, but the Avengers back in the day wasn't the Avengers that's on screen. It was like Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch.
Right.
Who else was in there? It was just a different lineup.
Yeah.
But they used to have Image Comics, and they would have Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
Yeah.
Hard. Spawn was so dope, bro. Like, that's my favorite comic book character. And then Blade was my second favorite.
Okay.
But Blade was more so after I saw the movie. Spawn,
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. Spawn was like, I stayed up on the Spawn comic books, and then I like Deadpool too.
Okay.
I always like the anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like
Spawn a little darker, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like
dark.
he like dark. I'm talking like character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He was a demon.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much darker. Like he's an actual demon working for a bigger demon or something.
Who'd he beef with? Batman?
Spawn?
Yeah, who'd he beef with?
Spawn was in. They brought Spawn into. I feel like they brought him into. They did bring him into Marvel for like a crossover.
Okay.
But he was in his own.
Own little world over there?
Yeah, his own comic company.
Okay. He wasn't DC, he wasn't Marvel.
Nah, Image Comics. Or was it Dark Horse? No, he was Image Comics. Yeah, Image Comics. But that was the first R-rated movie my dad snuck and took me to go see because it was a big deal. Like at the time, you got to keep in mind, we never seen a black superhero like on screen for real.
Right.
You seen like Blank Man, you know what I'm saying, or Meteor Man.
Bro.
Shout out to Meteor Man. That was a good movie. Yeah.
Shout out Blank Man.
Yeah, Blank Man was
I
good
love
too.
that.
Hell yeah.
Hey, favorite scene real quick, bro. I always say is, well, slap me and call me Susie.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, Susie, and he slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
But I remember he took us to go see that, you know what I'm saying, just because it was a big deal. Eventually I did something in a music video and I was paying homage to New Jack City, and Wesley Snipes saw it and tweeted me, and I was like, bro, I'm framing this tweet, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like, so yeah, it's been dope how music has allowed me to, you know, intermingle in the comic book stuff and meeting these heroes I had as a kid, you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
You do
all
features.
circled around, man.
Yeah, you do features, man. You do anything like that? I mean, like if somebody want to reach out to you and do some music with you,
yeah,
would you
sure.
would you step up like that?
Yeah, I do features.
Okay. How could they get a hold of you, man?
On Instagram, just hit me in the DM or any email like I posted on my page.
What's that handle?
Yeah.
man?
What's your handle on IG?
At Irv Da Phenom.
At Irv Da Phenom.
Yeah.
Instagram is your main one.
Yep.
Okay.
Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, I just thought I'd ask that because people might.
Yeah, holla at me. Just if you got something dope, let's cook.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's
like
up.
it.
All right, fun stuff. Real quick, versus real quick. DC Comics versus Marvel. Which one?
Marvel.
Why?
Marvel had Blade. They had Deadpool. The Old Man Logan series is crazy. Oh, damn, but Batman goes crazy too. Batman alone goes super crazy.
Hey, Batman beat Superman, man. I mean, that drove me crazy when they did that in the movie.
All right, DC get just because the movies, I ain't really been loving the movies from DC,
Yeah,
but just based on comics, DC. Based on movies, Marvel.
got you. All right, gotta ask you this one because this is you a hip hop artist, you an artist. Period. Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Pac.
Yep, Pac. Pac was able to connect with the heart of people. Biggie showed us the styles, the swag, the fashion,
The flow.
energy of
Yeah.
hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Well, Pac was the energy of hip hop too, but Biggie was more like dope technically.
Right.
Pac was more dope on a spiritual
I feel you on that. That's been me and JL's.
Yeah. He Tupac on Biggie.
I've always been Pac, I've always been Pac. He
love
always
Biggie,
has something to say.
I love Pac, man, for real.
Yeah.
Pac goes, man. Pac goes. All right, newer one. Drake or Kendrick?
I'm Kendrick.
Kendrick.
I gotta rock with my twin. That's my Gemini twin.
Yeah.
Shout out Kendrick.
Dude, that new album he dropped is dope.
I was bumping it at the gym today.
Huh.
It goes super crazy.
Super, right? Super. Top 3 R&B artists ever.
Top 3 ever: Marvin Gaye, D'Angelo, ever. Erykah Badu.
Hey, Erykah Badu. What is that? Bag Lady?
Mm-hmm.
And Call Tyrone?
Mm-hmm.
Memories, man.
Oh yeah.
Memories, man. One last one before we do some verses. Worst intersection in Kansas City.
That one over in Westport.
Southwest
like the
Traffic Way
Triangle of
and
Death. No, it's like
Westport Road?
the
in front of
bookstore.
in front of the bookstore.
It's like the wagon in Old Westport.
Right. The wagon wheel, yeah.
yeah, that's
The
Southwest
wagon.
Traffic Way and Westport Road.
Bro.
There's so many accidents been there.
How does
man.
that can stay, man?
It's like, what was the goal of this? Like y'all want people to just I
Wreck.
hate it. Yeah.
They wanted to wreck.
That's
And then-
the worst.
And then they put that stoplight going into Westport. Like if you coming from, Quick Trip side, let's say,
Yep.
and you going toward Westport, they put that stoplight
with
that
the
you
gap in between.
Well, that gap, but you can't tell what color it is until you get up on it because they
I'm
don't
with
want you to
on
just.
that. I'm with you on that one. Right in front of that laundromat where donut. It used to be a
Yep,
laundromat.
yep.
It's whatever
Donutology
cosmetic
or something.
Donutology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Donutology, man. Because when you come up, you can't see
It's
who's
insane.
coming on that other side.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like I pray every time
I hate
I'm coming
that.
through that
They need
It's like,
to
all right,
block
we gonna
that.
need-
They need to block that out.
Yeah, they just need to do something else.
I hate that intersection. All right, man.
Yeah.
D-Rod, let's do some Kansas City versus. How about that?
Kansas City, man. All right, so Enterrupt KC, man. We pride ourselves on people, places, things, man. Kansas City. So I'll let JL
Hey.
go ahead and start it off.
All right,
man.
just some fun
verses.
ones, man. So here's some Kansas City people. All right, Don Cheadle versus Paul Rudd.
I'm going with Don Cheadle. Hotel Rwanda was
Hey,
fire.
second person that said that.
yeah.
Will
Hotel
Harris said
Rwanda
that.
was so
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
He said the exact same reason too.
All right.
Classic movie.
All right, people, places, things. I'm gonna do a place, man. I like doing restaurants. Okay, so you go pick which one you want. Let's do Texas Tom's versus In a Tub.
Oh, you picked two.
You don't mess with either
I
one of
ain't gonna
them.
talk bad.
Okay, let's do this.
Look at my mind. I said Texas Times already lost, but then you say in a tub. I'm like, oh God!
And the reason I say that because they both talk about tacos,
They
man.
both make your stomach hurt, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's some people that love their
Grease,
places,
bro.
man.
Yeah, I can't-
There's some people that love their places, man. You know what it is. After 3 o'clock,
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do after 3 o'clock. I'm going to Ponchos.
Ponchos?
Hey, that's what I'm
Westport
doing.
or which one?
The one in Midtown.
Yeah,
right there on Main.
Right there on Main. Yeah, that's not much.
Yeah, have you ever been to Abelardo's?
Is that the one that's in? It's off of by the. Is it off?
There's
Shawnee
one in Clay
Mission?
Como. There's one on there's on Shawnee Mission.
Quick
yes.
Trips over here. Mm-hmm. I couldn't remember the name. That's better than Ponchos.
It's way better. Hey, shout out Abelardo's, man. We're gonna get you
Abelardo's
on.
is the one, and they
That's
open
the
late.
one.
That's the
yes,
one.
Yes, Hey, so Abelardo's right here.
Hey,
man.
all right, another people, man, another people. Let's do Eddie Griffin or Jason Sudeikis.
Uncle Eddie.
Who's Jason Sudeikis again?
Jason Sudeikis is the dude. He was on the movie or the show SNL. Yeah, man, he did that one series, the soccer one. What is that called? The soccer. Ted Lasso.
And who's the first person?
Uncle
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin.
Oh, Eddie Griffin. Malcolm and Eddie.
Yeah.
Malcolm and
Uncle
Eddie's in my rhymes.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Hell yeah! All right, here we go. Let's do Westport versus Crossroads.
I'm too old for Westport now. I'm in
You
Crossroads.
did your
with it.
time though.
I did my time. For
Yeah.
sure. It's a lot of memories down there in
Hurricane. What'd you do?
Hurricane.
XO. What'd you do?
I was at America's Pub.
American Pub.
America's
What happened to
right.
America's Pub, man?
And then after America's Pub, we go right across the street to Buzzard Beach.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You know it.
Yeah.
Be at the Beaumont Club before it was
Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Bar.
yeah.
Yep.
Man, America's Pub never let me in. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh man.
That's whatever.
Damn. All right.
All right, let's do Oceans of Fun or Worlds of Fun.
I just went to both with my daughter, and I'm gonna say Oceans of Fun. Now, back in the day, it would have been Worlds of Fun, but again, when you get older, bro, it's like my neck. I can't do all that.
Yeah, I don't
Roller
do
coaster
that.
no more.
Yeah, I don't do that
I
either.
feel that.
All right. Well, you know what it is, man. Some barbecue, man. Let's hit up this barbecue joint.
Here we go.
All right. I'm going to throw at you Char Bar. Char Bar versus Jack Stack.
Jack Stack.
Jack Stack. Have you ever been to Char Bar?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Char Bar is solid.
Yeah.
But Jack Stack is like they got better burgers.
Yeah.
They got lamb.
Yeah.
They got a cold-blooded Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had
Bars
have you
great.
had the Manhattan from? Oh, no. I'm thinking about the old fashioned. I'm thinking about the old fashioned at Thomastown.
Or maybe it's
Thomastown.
old-fashioned.
Maybe it's old fashioned. Yeah.
What about LC's or Arthur Bryant's?
LC's.
Yeah.
LC's. I've had Arthur Bryant's, but it was like catered, and I don't think it was fresh. So I can't give it a fair. But I feel like I like LC's better.
Yeah. LC's
right.
fire.
One I like to ask, man, is this. We just went through something kind of crazy here the last couple of weeks. So I like doing KC winter versus KC summer. Which one you like the best?
That's rough. You talking about extreme winter, extreme
Hey,
summer?
man,
Because when you say
however,
either.
like a regular winter,
man.
Both are extreme.
Hey,
in
they both
KC.
extreme,
That's why,
right?
yeah, that's why it's like because our summers be like 110, 112,
Now they are,
Sweating.
right?
and our winters are
Negative 40.
Can't go outside.
that's rough.
Which one you picking?
Oh man, I don't know. This is rough. I feel like this winter was so bad it make me not want to say winter, but like I'm gonna go with the winter because you can always make yourself warm. Mm-hmm. You can build a fire. You can't.
Okay.
No,
I think
AC.
that's what Anna Stubble.
Yeah.
We had Dr. Anna Stubblefield,
Yeah.
which is a school
She's the
superintendent.
KCK school superintendent.
Yeah,
She said the same
in your
thing.
schools.
Yeah, you can
in your
build a
school.
fire, but you can't build a
She
cold.
said the same thing, man. Yeah.
This might be easy, but we'll see. All right, Town Topic or Westport Flea Market?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's actually a tough one. That's a good late night too. Town Topic's a good late night too. Yeah.
What you get from there?
Truck stop. I get a slice of pie, milkshake. I get everything.
See, you could tell he from Kansas
Yeah.
City. He went right to truck stop, man. Only
Truck
Kansas City
stop.
people know about that.
But Westport Flea Market got some really good burgers,
Bro,
though.
Man, they
2 for
they
1 on
known.
Tuesdays.
They known for that.
I'm gonna go with Westport Flea Market because I feel like they got a little bit fresher ingredients.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
And the
then-
curly fries, too.
And they give you that buy one get one free coupon. You get that in the mail.
See, I ain't never even knew that.
Man, nobody's heard that. I've said
I
that
need to
before.
get on their mailing list.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What you got? Anything else?
Oh, okay. Let me ask you this: what restaurant that is closed that you wish was still open, man?
Man, it was this little spot in P&L. When P&L was first becoming a thing, it was called Fran's. And it was a 24-hour diner.
Really?
It was fire, bro. I think it's called the Whiskey Devil or something now, or the something club.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No,
And then it was Peachtree for a little bit, but but it was Fran's.
And then it's right there in the middle of
where the movie theater is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Across the street.
Yeah.
It was right there, bro. It was so dope. You go in there, you see the whole town. You see everybody that was just at the club and these like diner booths. Yeah. It was lit, bro. And everybody was just a good vibe.
I wonder why they closed. Was it the COVID take them?
No, they closed before COVID. They was open before I moved to LA, so it was probably like 2012 or something.
Oh, wow.
What about, let's do the Peanut versus Tanner's.
Peanut. I don't think I've ever had Tanner's. No, I've had Tanner's. Tanner's is good, but peanut wings go crazy.
Hey.
They go nuts.
They got that buffalo sauce that make you cough when they come out to the table.
You right, bro. You right.
With
That's
a blue moon.
That's 100 right there, bro. You be like, woo. Start choking.
God,
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie. Hey, you know, we Mexican, bro. That's grandma cooking in the kitchen when it's growing up. You can't even breathe. You're like,
that sauce, man.
Choking.
Choking it up. Sometimes my wife do it too.
Man. She just be over there cooking like nothing. We like, I'm dying over here. That's what's up, man. One last one I wanted to ask you, man. Who are the Chiefs gonna beat in the Super Bowl?
What's our options?
So Washington is playing Philadelphia,
right?
And we're gonna beat the Bills. So we're gonna play either Washington or Philadelphia.
Did we lose to Philadelphia?
We lost to them like
back?
2 or 3 years ago, but we beat them in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
I want to see him play Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, Washington, hey, they got your little young team. We'll see what's up.
Yeah.
You got a favorite playoff memory? You performing at Arrowhead soon? That's the favorite playoff memory, right?
I don't know, man. Like, I've been very saucy for most of them, so it's like I was just wilding. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
But we had a fish fry one time that was really good. You know, had some cigars. And it was tight. I remember. Oh, all right. I think my favorite one is when we won the Super Bowl, like the first time, not this last one.
In this run, you mean, right?
Yeah.
In this run.
And I remember I just called Tech, and the nigga just answered the phone laughing. And I said, nigga. He said, nigga. We just laughed and screamed for like, we just, nigga. And we laughed for like a minute straight. And I was like, all right, bro. All right, I love you. And then we hung up. That was it. But it's just like those moments of like, if you from Kansas City, you've been in these trenches this long, and like walking down the street, and you know you see some like super duper hillbilly dude who never would have spoke to you any other day. He's like, "What's up, bro?" He high fiving each other. You know, like everybody's cool.
Brings the city together, man.
Like,
no doubt.
So that's my favorite. That's my favorite part about like playoff Super Bowl is just the level of unity and the level of like. Whew, we made it, you know what I'm saying? It reminds us we've been in this together, you know, the whole time.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
Man. Yeah. Well, hey, man, our last question that we got for you, man, is tell us you're from Kansas City without telling us you're from Kansas City.
On everything, bro. I'm finna slide on down to the snack pack right quick, grab me a James lemonade. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Go Chicken Go. I'm gonna give me a wing pack. No, I'm gonna tell them to take 2 of the wings, give me gizzards instead, and I'm gonna do a strawberry pop with it. You want anything? You want me to go past Mad Jacks?
Mad Jacks,
you
man.
Want some Mad Jacks?
Yeah, I take some Mad Jacks. I take some Mad Jacks, man. Some swag, man.
Hey, the wing pack at Go Chicken Go's been brought up on this podcast so many times, man. So many times.
Many times.
Man, with that, man, before we let you go, man, is there anything you want to share, express, say to people while we have you on here, bro?
Man, I just want to encourage everybody to love yourself and be kind to yourself. And you know, just take care of yourself. We all we got, you know, and the more that you sit still when you need to sit still, that's a big thing, is stillness. Everybody's like hustle. I know my motto is dream big, hustle hard, but part of the dreaming is sitting still.
Hey,
you know, and knowing yourself and just learning, because every day you get out of bed, it's something that's being told to you, or God's trying to show you something.
Yeah.
So, you know, be still and honor your gut, and you know, just be true to yourself.
Hey, well said, man. Well said, man. Well, listen, Irv, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate your time, man, joining us here on Enterrupt KC, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we're going to put this out there for the world to see, man. You know what I'm saying? We're just a Kansas City podcast, man.
Just,
you know, doing our thing in 2025.
Shit,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, follow, share, subscribe, everybody. Come holler at our boy Irv, man.
Big Lover, man.
Go check out Big Lover out
Big
right
Lover.
now.
Big Lover out right now.
This dude is marching across the USA for that woman, man.
I gotta get my backpack and get back on the road.
Let's go.
Kansas City, man. Kansas City, man.
Hey, like, follow, share, subscribe, everybody. You know what it is. JL.
D-Rod right here, man.
Enterrupt KC, baby. We out of here. Peace.
Thank you. Cool.
That was dope. Y'all are very good at your job.